Good morning, all of you. Today's session is about Kingdom Animalia. In the previous sessions, we have learned about the Kingdom Protista, in which we learned about the parasitic protozoans, the non-parasitic protozoans, and the life cycle of two parasitic protozoans. And this tutorial is on Kingdom Animalia. And as you all are aware, the term biological diversity or biodiversity means the diversity of life. Bio means life, so it is the diversity of life, different plants, animals, and microorganisms. So, Kingdom Animalia. And Kingdom Animalia is a broad category of organisms in which so many millions of animals are included. That is Kingdom Animalia. And the animals are considered to be the most successful organisms on the planet. Animals are considered to be the most successful organisms on the planet. And Kingdom Animalia include the other four kingdoms such as Plantae, fungi, protista, and monera. We have discussed this general classification, that is five kingdom classification by Whittaker in the first session itself. And the most successful group of organisms is coming under Kingdom Animalia. And coming to the salient features of Kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia, as the name signifies, it includes all animals. Animalia, as the name, from the name itself, it's clear it includes animals. So, animals are some. Let's see some of the general characters of animals. Animals are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic, we have learned what eukaryotic is. Eukaryotic organisms. Animals are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means they have a true nucleus. Eu means true. So eukaryotic means they have, all animals have true nucleus. Then second point is they are multicellular. We have learned about the different levels of organization. Then they are multicellular. All animals are multicellular organism, means the body is made up of different types and more number of cells. It is single cell. Unicellular means single celled. Multicellular means more than one cell. So, Kingdom Animalia include animals in which the body is made up of large number of cells and different types of cells. Then, also they are called metazoans. So, they are called metazoans. Metazoans. Meta means many. So they are called metazoans. So kingdom Animalia include animals in which the body is made up of many cells, that is multicellular, and that because it is multicellular they are called metazoans. Then the animal body, they are heterotrophic organisms. Heterotrophic means they obtain nutrients or food from different sources, can be from plants or can be from animals. They depend on other organisms for their food, that is known as heterotrophic, and they obtain nutrition by ingestion. Ingestion means taking in. Ingestion means taking in of food is called ingestion. Ingestion is taking in, and they are able to die. These are the general characters of kingdom Animalia. Heterotrophic, and they have the capability of take in, that is ingestion, that is they can take in food, and they are able to digest their food within their bodies. The next character is the animal cells lack cell walls. The animal cells lack cell wall. The presence of cell wall is a general character of plants. So animal cells lack the cell wall, and that provides strong support in the bodies of, that is the cell wall gives strong support in the bodies of plants and fungi. So the presence of cell wall is a unique character of plants. Plants-നും ഫഞ്ചയിലുമാണ് സെൽ വാൾ ഉള്ളത്. പ്ലാന്റ്സിൽ സെല്ലുലോസിക് സെൽ വാൾ ആണ്. പക്ഷേ അനിമൽസിൽ എന്താണ്, സെൽ വാൾ ഇല്ല, പക്ഷേ സെൽ മെംബ്രെയിൻ മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു മോസ്റ്റ് ദി അനിമൽസ് ആർ മൾട്ടി സെല്ലുലാർ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കിങ്ഡം അനിമേലിയയിൽ വരുന്ന ഓർഗാനിസംസ് എല്ലാം തന്നെയും മൾട്ടി സെല്ലുലാർ ആണ്. ഇനി മൾട്ടി സെല്ലുലാർ മീൻസ് മെനി സെൽഡ്. In addition to that, there are different types of cells, means muscle cells. They have different types of cells. That means ഒരു സ്ഥലത്തെ സെൽസ് ഒരു ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ആയിരിക്കും ചെയ്യുന്നത്, or different cells have different functions in the body. Few cells get differentiated into muscle cells, few cells get differentiated into nerve cells, and actually the nerve cells and the muscle cells coordinate in the movement of the organisms. The nerve cells and the muscle cells coordinate the movement of the organisms. In addition to muscle cells and nerve cells, we have many other types of cells, like cardiac cells are there, different cells are there. Then animals have the capability, and because of the presence of the muscle cellum nerve cellum ഉള്ളതുകൊണ്ട് animalsന് മൂവ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള കപ്പാസിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്, ഇല്ലേ? മറ്റ് ഓർഗാനിസത്തിൽ നിന്നും വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ടുള്ള, പ്ലാന്റിൽ നിന്നൊക്കെ വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ക്യാരക്ടറാണ് locomotion. They can move. So animals have the capability to move from place to place according to its necessity. Then the cells which form an animal's body do not have a cell wall. Then the body of animals show cellular grade. The bodies of animals shows cellular grade of organization. That is, ചില animals, kingdom Animalia വരുന്ന some animals show cellular grade of organization. Example is sponges. We'll come to each class later. Sponges, cellular grade of organization is found. Then tissue grade of organization is found in some other animals or diploblastic animals, and organ grade of organization എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ organs ആയിട്ട് differentiate ചെയ്ത് കാണും ചില animals. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ്, ചില animals cells മാത്രമേ കാണുള്ളൂ. In some animals only cellular grade of organization is found. That means each cell function in different manner. But in some groups what happens, group of cells will function together, and group of cells is called a tissue. That is known as tissue grade of organization. But in some animals specialized organs are formed, like heart, liver, intestine. Then you have the stomach. Different organs are present in some organisms. So that is the That is known as organ grade of organization, and the organ grade of organization is found in triploblastic organisms. Then growth in animals is, how do you understand an organism is growing or a plant is growing? That means the length, breadth of the organism will increase. Then the animals are possess kingdom Animalia, all the animals will be having a digestive tract and they have the capability to respond to stimuli. That is very important. All the organisms have the capability to respond to a stimuli. എങ്ങനെയാണ് stimuli ആയിട്ട് respond ചെയ്യുന്നത്? How these animals respond to stimuli? Because they have nerves. ഇല്ലേ? Stimuli എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? ചൂടുള്ള ഒരു പാത്രത്തിൽ നിങ്ങൾ കൈ കൊണ്ട്, if you touch your hand on a hot water or a hot vessel, immediately you withdraw your hand. That's known as stimulus. That is, and the response is withdrawal of your hand. So how this happens? This happens with the help of nerve cells. So the capability or capacity of organisms to respond to a stimuli is an important feature of animals. Then they are, the majority of the animals are diploid organisms. They have 2n number of chromosomes, that is they are diploid, and they reproduce sexually by producing gametes, and a few organisms show parthenogenetic development also. And then animals are diploid, that is the cells of adults contain 2 copies of the genetic material. Diploid is, we say, the 2n number of chromosome constitution. 2n number, all the cells will be having 2n number of chromosome, that is diploid condition. Then the animals proceed through a series of typical similar developmental stages. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഓരോ ഓർഗാനിസത്തിന്റെയും early developmental stage they look alike. And in this picture you can see the development stage of a fish. This is the early development stage of a fish, early development stage of a crocodile, and early development stage of a bird, and early development stage of a pig. The early development stage will look, the early development stage look almost similar in case of all the organisms. That is what is known as, they proceed through it. Animals in the early development stage, അതായത് 1 month സ്റ്റേജ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 1 week സ്റ്റേജിലൊക്കെ ഉള്ള എല്ലാ ഓർഗാനിസത്തിനെയും കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് സിമിലർ ആയിരിക്കും. അതാണ് they proceed through a series of typical similar developmental stages. And actually that signifies the importance of the phylogenetic relationships. Animal phylogeny, that is, the biologists categorize animals based on the general features of body structure. So animals in the body parts in the similar കാഴ്ചയിലുള്ള similarity വെച്ചാണ്. Animal phylogeny means the classification of organism into different groups based on the similarity, or based on the similarity in its appearance, based on the similarities in its habitat, or based on the similarity in which they group of, based on the similarity in their body structures, body parts, their behavior, etc. So animal phylogeny, biologists categorize animals based on the general features of body structure. Body structures similarity പറയുന്നതാണ്, that is anatomy. Anatomy means body structure. Anatomical similarity ഉള്ള ഓർഗാനിസത്തിനെല്ലാം ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിലിടുന്നു. That is what is done in phylogeny. Then, and recently what we do is, in addition to categorizing animals based on the anatomical similarity, the genetic data is also taken into consideration. ഇപ്പോഴൊരു classification, usually phylogeny earlier, ആദ്യം ക്ലാസിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഒക്കെ തുടങ്ങിയ സമയത്ത് സിമിലാരിറ്റി ഉള്ള അനിമൽസിനെ ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിലെത്തും. ഇപ്പോൾ അതായത് ജനറ്റിക് അനാലിസിസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സെൽസിന്റെ ക്രോമസോം സീക്വൻസിങ് ഒക്കെ വന്നതിന് ശേഷം ജനറ്റിക് ഡേറ്റയും കൂടെ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യാറുണ്ട് ഫൈലോജനറ്റിക് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അനിമൽ ക്ലാസിഫിക്കേഷൻ. So these are the characters of kingdom Animalia. I will tell once more, that is, animals are multicellular organisms, means they have many cells. Then animals body exhibit a definite symmetry, form and shape. Third point, animals have the capability to move from one place to another, and they move with the help of differentiated cells like muscle cells and nerve cells. Then the cells which form an animal's body, the animal cells do not have a cell wall, but plants have a cell wall. Then the body of animals show different types of organization, that is cellular grade of organization, tissue grade of organization, or organ grade of organization. Then all animals are heterotrophic, that means they depend on other sources such as plants or animals for their food. Then animals usually possess a digestive tract and they reproduce sexually, and they are diploid organisms, and they proceed through a series of typical similar developmental stages. Now let's see the importance of classification. I said the classification is mainly based on the anatomical similarity, based on the behavioral patterns, and also based on the genetical analysis. First, let's see the different terms or the different terms used for this class.